Kim Kardashian's affection life has for some time been a subject of revenue for people in general, and late reports recommend that her quest for a better half might have taken a frantic turn. It's a well-known fact that Kim has been watching out for affection since her high-profile separate from Kanye West anyway. Her supposed teases with two men, specifically standout Tristan Thompson and Terrible Rabbit Us, for not an obvious explanation. It's crazy mother that is crazy initially. She said no remark, however, at that point. She did made sense of, she said, I attempt to find the equilibrium of keeping things hidden and keeping things hallowed. We've had to deal with it so often, where everyone you know simply needs to make a stride back. The Kardashian-Jenner group has for some time been known for their promising and less promising times, yet a new advancement has placed the focus on a possible conflict between sisters Kendall Jenner and Kim Kardashian. The wellspring of this debate revolves around Kendall Jenner's heartfelt contribution with Awful Rabbit. Anyway, ongoing reports propose that Kim Kardashian, Kendall's more established stepsister, has been playing with Terrible Rabbit. These reports guarantee that Kim is chasing after the rapper in spite of Kendall's contribution with him in the meantime. This isn't whenever Kim first has attempted to play with somebody who has been associated with one of her sisters. One of the most stunning tales to flow as of late is Kim's supposed contribution with Tristan Thompson, the NBA player who was once involved with her sister Khloe Kardashian. The disclosure that Kim might be chasing after a sentiment with Tristan has caused a commotion and prompted hypothesis about the condition of her adoration life by, and large reports proposes that Kim might be looking for friendship, with an urge to get a move on after her union with Kanye West. Finished. The media has firmly followed her collaborations with expected accomplices, while many comprehend the longing to find love again after a critical separation. These teases have brought up issues about whether Kim is carrying on of distress, or then again assuming that she really has heartfelt premium in these people. True to form, Kim's teases with Tristan Thompson and Awful Rabbit have brought a component of pressure into her associations with her sisters, chasing after associations with men who were once sincerely engaged with her can, without a doubt, prompt stressed relational peculiarities. Returning to the Awful Rabbit occurrence, during a show Kim put significant exertion in attempting to draw nearer to Awful Rabbit. And obviously Kendall Jenner didn't respond well yet. What precisely unfolded among Kim and Terrible Rabbit? And all the more vitally, how did Kendall Jenner uncover Kim's activities? We realize that Kendall and Awful Rabbit have been seeing someone walk of this current year, and they've reliably been spotted together at different occasions, from going to Coachella to sharing supper in New York. And in any event, gracing the Met celebration together, it's obvious that their association is significant, and they have all the earmarks of being content together. Then again, Kim's new activities have taken her on a disturbing way since her separation from Kanye West, and her ensuing separation with Pete Davidson. Kim has been going through a significant time of reflection. Particularly after Kanye remarried, she came to acknowledge what she had lost in the most recent episodes of The Kardashians. She more than once communicates her sensations of dejection, featuring her age now in her 40s, and the shortfall of somebody to impart her life to. In the event that you tune into the new season, you'll see that this is a common topic in Kim's discussions, which she's not participated in different exercises as of late. She even started to contemplate whether the actual separation was an error, and voiced a longing to accommodate with her ex. Kim has over and over wound up in circumstances where she seemed, by all accounts, to be playing with different VIPs lately. There has been huge theory about Kim's expected new sweetheart, with the media continually producing articles regarding the matter. Bits of gossip have twirled about Kim's associations with figures like NFL star Tom Brady or ball champion Lonnie Walker at a Lakers game. She even appeared to make propels toward LeBron James, notwithstanding his conjugal status. It's clear that she doesn't hold back, regardless of whether somebody is now seeing someone it's viewed as an unequivocal off-limits to seek after somebody who's now dedicated, yet Kim appeared to go too far, and this became apparent during her participation at a show along inside her sister Kendall, and Kendall's beau Terrible Rabbit at the show Kendall, and Terrible Rabbit were living it up, moving nonchalantly, and loosened up. This was a takeoff from Kendall's typical disposition, as she showed up strikingly blissful plainly, showing her profound fondness for him anyway. A defining moment happened during the show when Kim's way of behaving went in a new direction. Her dance moves turned out to be progressively prominent, and she made rehashed endeavors to draw nearer to Terrible Rabbit. As a matter of fact, after checking on the recording, it's clear that she was effectively attempting to play with him, and as the show advanced, her advances turned out to be more barefaced as an unmistakable difference. Kendall's mindset moved from euphoria to outrageous disturbance, as she distinctly comprehended Kim's expectations. Luckily, Terrible Rabbit dealt with the circumstance with most extreme amazing skill. While he didn't totally disregard Kim, he made obviously he wasn't keen on her by concentrating entirely on Kendall. Anyway, it appeared to be that Kim was unmindful of Terrible Rabbit's absence of commitment. All through the show, her being a tease turned out to be progressively serious, joined by more forceful moving towards Terrible Rabbit. This heightening of Kim's activities left Kendall noticeably irritated. However, she hadn't voiced her dismay. Yet as Kim's advances turned out to be more straightforward with endeavors to connect with Awful Rabbit, Kendall at last stepped in. She pulled Awful Rabbit away from Kim and situated herself among him and Kim. Starting thereon, Kendall frowned at Kim with a look of extraordinary resentment, completely mindful of Kim's aims. Obviously, this didn't be ignored by those in participation at the show, and later via virtual entertainment fans were shocked by Kim's activities. Fans have likewise noticed is that notwithstanding Kim's strong activities, Awful Rabbit didn't totally disregard her. He took part in discussion, moved, and imparted beverages to her. While most expected he did this because of neighborliness, there were other people who accepted he could have been really intrigued by her. On the other side, Terrible Rabbit was in many cases seen looking over at Kendall, apparently looking for her endorsement as he cooperated with Kim. It seemed like he was being wary not to make any stumbles, knowing Kendall's demeanor, which can be very sharp on occasion. The whole circumstance lighted a huge ruckus via virtual entertainment, with fans examining it for quite a long time. Subsequently, various wild hypotheses have arisen about this episode, passing on numerous to consider on the off chance that there were prior strains among Kim and Kendall. Before the show, it's conceivable that Kim needed to disturb Kendall for some private explanation I tracked down this hypothesis, more conceivable, given Kim's enthusiasm to track down another sweetheart anyway. I questioned she would go to the degree of attempting to take her own sister's sweetheart. One thing that is sure is that Kim and Kendall had pressures after the occurrence, since Kendall immovably accepted that what Kim did was certainly unsatisfactory. No matter what the basic explanation, a source near the Kardashians detailed that there was a critical post-show conversation among Kim and Kendall. The source uncovered that Kendall felt that Kim had shown outrageous discourtesy and had obviously crossed a line, all things considered. Kendall will do her absolute best to get Kim far from Terrible Rabbit. In spite of Kim's fundamental aims for her coquettish conduct, it unquestionably conveyed some unacceptable messages to her sister. Unfortunately, this isn't the main case of Kim being excessively coy with one of her sister's sweethearts. Only a couple of months prior, she was likewise found playing with Travis Barker, who was hitched to her sister Courtney at last. While Kim's quest for a better half has stood out, it's memorable as essential that these connections stay speculative until affirmed. Whether Kim's journey for adoration is driven by distress, no one but she can genuinely know her inspirations and intuitions. Yet what's your viewpoint, all in all circumstance? Let me in the remarks segment underneath. And assuming you at any point need to fulfill your tattle desires, remember to buy into Star Reports. And recall that I love you all so much, and as consistently, I'll see you all in the following video. Thanks.